Welcome back to Gorgeous Gaming. I am your host Tristan, and today I'm going to do an update. I already did an update video of myself and the channel, but I wanted to show you what's new in my room and what I've done and how I've changed up. From my last video, I've changed up the whole, not like what it looks like, but it's moved all one up. As you can see, there's an empty shelf right here, and that's going to be for more games, obviously. But everything's moved up, and the newest thing is I have completely converted myself over to PlayStation 4 because I feel like it's much better than my Xbox One. Counting my Xbox One has been giving me so many problems lately, and with it I have a bunch of new games for it, and maybe I bought some that were the same just to keep my I obviously got them cheaper. I didn't like buy them $60 new. No, I got them cheaper. Obviously, that'd be stupid. But it's all still the same besides my little Xbox One collection, which are basically just multiplayer games I can play with my friends or exclusives. So yeah, with that, that's basically it, and maybe one day in the future I will go over what I've got new. I'll watch more videos and just mark down which ones I have new, which will be a lot obviously, and just, yeah, talk about them and think how I think. But I talked about reviews, and I thought my reviews will work, and my first review for game after like in this month's time, after I play more hours of it, will be this one, Titanfall 2. And I'll be releasing, how my reviews will work is I always release first impression of the game I'm going to review. Well, not always, I'll say if I'm going to review it, but if I'm just like, let's say it's a new game that came out, like Titanfall 2 obviously is what I'm talking about, I'll always make a first impression of it, and how I think of it. But in the video I'll say I may review it. So, but in this video I'm saying I will promise you I'll review this game once I put a lot more hours into it. So I'll talk more about the game in that video when I make it. So let's move on. Obviously I've always had this shelf here. Wake up and be awesome, that's me all day. So then move right, we got some new poster right there. I'll poster there. Always had that, and I got my big German flag, I've always had that. All my collector's editions I've always had up there. Cool Star Wars thing. I had shirts in them, they were really cool. And then why I moved everything up was had more room, but on the top shelf was all that. Well, besides the 3 collector's editions for Batman or Arkham, only the Rocksteady ones. But other Batman merchandise like the comics, some figures, the 60s Batman, that cool picture there. And laying flat right there is a cereal from Batman Arkham Knight. I mean Batman or v Superman, his Batman symbol. So yeah, that's really cool. If you want me to go into depth and look at that more, I definitely will. So now we got the movie reviews, which I'm not going to go into too much depth with. I mean movies, not movie reviews, movies and TV shows and some books and comic books. All mixed together. So then I will, oops, stepped on the controller. So then I'll go, I still have to do the video for the movies, the TV shows, and I'll talk about the comics and if you want to see the books, I will just do comics. I won't do my regular books, I'll just do the comics I have there. There's some Funko Pops, and then over here, I do see Neil Patrick Harris, I have some Amiibos. So I'm thinking about only collecting for Amiibos. The Funko Pop things, I got those for Christmas, so my mom's got them because she knows I like it. If you notice, they're only DC because I am a DC fan. I will watch Marvel, but I am kind of getting sick of Marvel. Besides Deadpool, Doctor Strange looks pretty cool, so maybe I'll go to those. Besides that, I'm not really too much pumped for Marvel anymore. DC, I'm pumped for. I love DC. And I'll talk more about the movies in my movie video, so if you want to hear about my opinion on the movies so far. Alright, so I move on. And then Amiibos, I will start collecting for those, I promise you. And I'm going to have to find a shelf to put them somewhere. But I will start collecting them. And as you see, I bought 3 in a row in one package from Amazon. So I'll be doing at least 3. If they're pretty cheap, maybe 4 or 5 each video. So over here, if you don't know, I do have a ferret. He is actually underneath this cage sleeping. So I would grab him out and show you him. You know what? Real quickly. Here, I'm just gonna edit this part out. This is Conquer. Conquer's bed for a day. Say hi. I woke him up. I'm sorry, buddy. You can go back to sleep. He's not even a year yet. He's neutered and he's descented. And he's going back to sleep. There, maybe if you want to see more views of him playing, I'll definitely do that. But yeah, his cage is right here. On top of it is my PlayStation VR headset. So there it is. You can see it. Try getting out of the light. And I think my first review... Something fell. My first review will actually be this. When I have a weekend off. So, I'll be playing games, but I'll make a review on this. I'll tell you how it's like, and I'll review some of the games I have very quickly. Just talk about them in brief. Like, not like... I'm not going to go like into depth like Timefall 2 I would, but... Yeah, so that's what my first review will be. Kind of a tech review. So yeah, there is my update in my room. If you want, so plan ahead for me to upload all those up there, the cartridge ones. I wait, and then my movies over there, and then wait for an impression video on Titanfall 2, and then a review sometime in October. I mean in November. October's over with. Maybe halfway to November, because I'm gonna be playing a lot of it. Mostly, and then I will do other games at the time. I'll try to get 2 reviews out. I'll try writing 2 reviews for both games. So yeah, just expecting something for Timefall 2. Alright, thank you for watching. If you did, just stay tuned for those videos like I said, like the VR, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.